Good morning, USA. This is Mr. Nick, your host. And I certainly hope, sorry my lighting's a little off in here. We're trying something a little new. Anyways, we'll get busy here and we'll get you going with the headlines of the day. Gotta keep this a little short as I'm running out of space a little bit here. How about we'll try this? Bear with me here, we're trying to go through some stuff here. Alright, my friends. Good morning, USA. Good morning, D-Rob. Deplorable Rob. Good morning, Packed Up Bullsheets. Good morning, C. Beagle. Good morning, Carrie Love. Good morning, Denver Black. Yes, I know it's actually noon. Just got my internet, I got wind that my internet was back up and running about, well, an hour or two ago. So I thought I'd bring this special, midday episode to you. I'm going to have two articles for you. One is from the New York Post. Airport stops 29 passengers smuggling gold in their rectums. Oh, well, we read that, didn't we? Yeah, we did that in another report. Let's see. Let's try a different one. Let's see what we can do here. Wonder if page 6 has anything for us. Otherwise, we'll move on to the other article, and then we'll air this later. Here we go. Grab your jabba, guys. Grab your coffee and stay a little while. It's Mr. Nick B, your host for Good Morning USA, GMU. This will be episode, I think, 43. And I do have some other subscribers that I did not mention, or that I failed to mention. Bear with me as I get to know you better. Some I already know. If I don't remember your screen name, I'm not likely to use your real name. I don't want to reveal your identity on the YouTube channel. So anyway, let's go with this from New York Post, page 6. Ashley Judd offered to have sex with Harvey Weinstein to avoid rape. Can you believe it? She offered to have sex with Harvey Weinstein to, in effect, avoid rape. Are you serious? So anyway, Ashley Judd spoke to ABC News for the first time since her sexual harassment accusations against Harvey Weinstein, revealing she offered to have sex with him later on if he'd leave her alone. Judd, 49, claimed she had not heard any stories of Weinstein's prior alleged misconduct before meeting him in his hotel room. Excuse me one moment. Apparently I'm drinking my coffee too fast. Anyway, again, hello subscribers. D-Rob, C. Beagle, Gary Love, Edward Black, Packed Up Bullsheets, and others. And I do know I have some subscribers on the, way out on the eastern shore of Maryland. I know I have some other subscribers out there other than C. Beagle. Way out on the eastern shore of Maryland, somewhere on that big island. Anyways, let's move on. I had no warning. I remember the lunch when I went to the desk and I said, Mr. Weinstein, is he on the patio? And they said, no, he is in his room. She recalled of the incident, which allegedly took place nearly 20 years ago. I was like, are you kidding me? But I went because I had a business appointment. That's his pattern of sexual predation. Yeah. Well, help me out with that word if I didn't slice it right. That's how he rolled. There's this constant grooming negotiation going on. I'm not even going to be sure. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to go through with this, guys. She continued, I thought, no meant no, she said, adding that Weinstein offered her a message. I fought with this volley of no's, which she ignored. Who knows? Maybe he heard them as maybe. He heard them as yes, maybe. They turned him on. I don't know. Judd added that Weinstein then led her toward a closet where he asked her to choose his suit for the day, and that there was no apparent exit from the room. She recalled cowering in a hallway for close to 7 minutes when Weinstein asked her to come into the bathroom with him. Finally, Judd claims she made a deal with Weinstein to someday have an intimate encounter with him, but not right then. He kept coming at me with all this other stuff, and finally I just said, when I win an Oscar in one of your movies, okay, Judd said, and he was like, yeah, when you get nominated, and I said, no, when I win an Oscar, and I fled, I just fled. She doesn't regret the decision. Am I proud of that? I'm of two minds. The part that shames myself says no, she said firmly. The part of me that understands the way shame works says, that was absolutely brilliant. Good job, kid. You go out there, well done. Anyway, here's that guy's ugly mug. You see that guy's ugly mug there. YouTube, Google, I'm sorry, but these people should be ashamed of themselves. They should absolutely be ashamed of themselves because they know what their behavior is, and we're not out to just constantly personally attack. We're out to your YouTube creators are out to be truthful with their content with their with their subscribers. The newsworthy ones. The entertainment ones are out there for your entertainment, of course, which is fine. So anyway, you guys, if you like that, share that. It's from New York, not New York Times or the New York Slime, but it is from the New York Post. I don't know what the real difference is, other than one might be slightly more conservative. So let's jump right into the next article here. How about that? And this might be a shorter video today, one of the shortest ones we've done. Okay, so have I got a whopper one for you here. Grab that coffee, guys, and say a while with me. Mr. Nick B, your host for Good Morning USA. I sure wish somebody knew where I could get some decent camera equipment here. I'm fighting this. I'm using my tablet because my computer probably needs a really serious full charge. Because I've been gone all the time for over a month. I was out in Georgia, out on the East Coast. Just thoroughly enjoying myself. Thoroughly enjoying myself. Sorry, guys. Just checking something. Okay, so how about if we get out with another story? You guys might like this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. This one is from the Conservative Tribune. Good morning, USA. Trey Gowdy officially cleared to go after, wait for it, Lynch and Clinton. This is by John Falkenberg, October 24th, 2017 at 4:58 p.m. House Oversight and Government Reform Committee Chairman Trey Gowdy has announced, along with House Judiciary Committee Chairman Bob Goodlatte, that the two will be jointly investigating the Department of Justice's handling of the investigation of former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Use of private email servers, saying that the department's actions have left a host of outstanding questions that must be answered. They must be answered, and that is correct. Our justice system is represented by a blindfolded woman holding a set of scales. No entity or individual is exempt from oversight, the two chairmen said in a statement Tuesday. The host of outstanding questions pertain to subjects including but not limited to, ready? FBI's decision to publicly announce the investigation into Secretary Clinton's handling of classified information, but not to publicly announce the investigation into campaign associates of then-candidate Donald Trump. What are they hiding? What are they hiding? FBI decision to notify Congress by formal letter of the status of the investigation both in October and November of 2016. FBI's decision to appropriate full decision-making in respect to charging or not charging Secretary Clinton to the FBI rather than the DOJ. So what is that? Wouldn't the Department of Justice, wouldn't it be their job of charging it? Charging those people? It seems like anywhere I've been, it'd be your Department of Justice or your you guys know. Whatever you call that guy. For Michigan, it's Bill Schuette. Anyways, 1 second, please. Excuse me. In other words, a good number. Okay, FBI's timeline in respect to charging decisions. Okay, where are we at now? Okay, so rather than DOJ, FBI's timeline in respect to charging decisions. In other words, a good number of the goofy, ridiculously fishy goings-on of the Obama-era DOJ, excuse me guys, are on their way to being brought into the light, and we couldn't be happier. Former President Barack Obama's Justice Department is as scandal-ridden gets, with former Attorneys General Loretta Lynch and Eric Holder potentially on the hook for a bevy of misbehavior. Isn't that sweet? Okay, let's take a look at a couple of the worst incidents. Operation Fast and Furious, in which thousands of guns ended up in the hands of a cartel member, and Holder became the first sitting cabinet member to be held by the House of Representatives. Lynch's infamous tarmac meeting with former President Bill Clinton before the investigation into Hillary Clinton's email was announced. Before the investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails was announced, complete an incident that even former FBI Director James Comey found problematic, according to Fox News. Lynch is insisting to Comey to refer to the Clinton investigation as a matter, instead of an investigation. So what is the matter with Loretta Lynch? Well, the matter is, I think they're highly complicit in something, in my opinion. Okay, so might be yours too. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Know that if Google's watching you, I probably am too. And I'm definitely watching them. So, not harassing anyone, but I'm definitely watching. So at any rate, Lynch's infamous tarmac meeting with former President Clinton before the investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails was announced. Complete an incident that even former FBI Director James Comey found problematic, according to Fox News. Lynch is insisting to Comey to refer to the Clinton investigation as a matter instead of an investigation, a seemingly blatant attempt to quash any Democrat scandals during the race of the presidency. And how well did that work for them? Not. I love it. I love it when injustice just, when justice comes back to bite injustice right in the ass. I love it. And this is what's happening, guys. This is what's happening. The list could go on with so many questions being linked to the FBI. I'd imagine that the walking and talking scandal that is James Comey will be a name in the news for some time to come. We may grow tired of hearing the same names and hearing about the same issues, but it is obviously vital that justice prevail in Washington. Obama's DOJ failed the American people. It's time things were set straight, and I can't imagine a more capable man to sort the matter out than the bulldog that is Trey Gowdy. Yes, he is a bulldog. one of the few. Okay, so CS Conservative or CT Conservative Tribune would like you to like, share, and get this out to as many people as you can. Like, share on Facebook and Twitter to spread the word that Trey Gowdy is taking on Hillary Clinton and the Lynch era Department of Justice. How much will this new investigation uncover? Scroll down to comment below. Okay. Well, I'm not going to comment. Oh, let me leave you with this little piece of video here. Let me see. Should I? Okay, listen carefully. I'm going to give you something, just a little tidbit on the Las Vegas. There's a Las Vegas press conference, and I believe it's possibly related to the Las Vegas shooting, and I'm not certain, but just pay quick close attention here.
What I want you to do is give Aaron Rouse an opportunity to talk about Mary Lou. He may not have anything for you, okay? But I think it's fair for you to ask him. And then I would like to get to Senator Heller and Commissioner Sisolak. Senator Heller and Commissioner Sisolak. The car was planned for him. I'm sorry? Was the car planned for him? So there might have been evidence. Don't ask me to make assumptions, please.
Anyway, if you guys are listening carefully and watching, I can't guarantee what this is about. Sorry about shaky hand there. Okay. And that will be it. That will wrap this episode up fairly quickly here now. I hope to have another one coming soon, very soon. I also want you to know, guys, if you're doing your searches through Google Chrome or whatever, DuckDuckGo has a very unique option. You can add it to your Google and or your Chrome browser, which I highly recommend. I highly, highly, highly recommend you doing something like that. Tie all of your Google, because most searches are related to Google. They use some sort of Google technologies. So if you take and you tie a private search engine into that, and I highly recommend DuckDuckGo. There's a couple other good ones. The other one I use for my phone is a Firefox Focus, which is much smaller, takes up a lot less room memory-wise on your phone than what, say, the regular Firefox does. On my old phone, I had the regular Firefox. I wish I would have explored the Firefox Focus, because it is far more private, and it won't save anything. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't have a way to save. You have to go to the Firefox Home to actually save anything. But I highly, highly recommend you, even if you already have the DuckDuckGo app, it is still an app. What I highly recommend is you go to DuckDuckGo and have them add that to either your home screen, or actually add it to a search engine such as Google or Chrome. And right now they've got a thing going with Chrome where you add their search, you add DuckDuckGo search to the Chrome search engine. It's just going to help you guys stay a little more private, a little more anonymous. Even if you have a private, encrypted network, I think it's a good idea. It's just one more layer of privacy and security that, this world seems to be lacking anymore. So I've enjoyed being with you, D-Rob, Packed Up Bullshits, C. Beagle, Carrie Love, Edward Black, and all the rest of my beautiful subscribers. take a drink with me, and we'll be back on shortly. One quick note, guys. You probably know by now. As of August 28th, I became unemployed. I worked part-time for a local Kmart in my area. Both Kmarts have been shuttered. And the CEO of Kmart here says that Kmart that I worked at wasn't profitable. Well, sometimes you got to be a little more patient than you want to be with things, because that Kmart was actually starting to pick up, because we were discovering, what employees that worked there were discovering, is people were coming from a lot longer distances to come shop at our Kmart, because that was what they knew. They shopped at their Kmart and they said, well, we're not going to do that. We're just going to go this distance and we're going to go to that Kmart. Happened to be the Kmart I worked at. Well, we had them come all the way from Detroit, Michigan, all the way to the northwest corner of Lower Michigan. So, you got to say that's pretty good tally. Yet the local Sears store, they seem to think it's going to thrive somehow without Kmart there. I doubt it, because it's in an old mall, and the old mall is extremely. Even the new mall owners don't take good care of it. I mean, they don't. It's kind of run down, and I mean, it looks sick. I think I'm gonna do an on location over there at that old mall, and I'm gonna let you see what's going on. And it's easy to blame it all on Amazon. It's easy to blame it all on everybody else and everything else. But let's not play the Hillary card on that one. The Clinton card. We know not to attack anyone, but we know she's made a lot of excuses. And I'm just trying to get to the fact. Had the CEO of Sears and Kmart been willing, he could have worked something out. He could have worked something out with the employees that worked there. He could have worked something out with the management that worked there. He could have worked something out somehow, some way, instead of just shuttering all these stores. But instead, they go to their vendors, because they're the ones holding all the cards. It's quite a catch-22, quite a double-edged sword that they have to deal with in retail. Yes, and it's true, Kmart has hardly ever, maybe never updated their computer systems, which would have immensely helped them, to invest a little bit in their company. I think had SS Kresge still been alive, that probably wouldn't have happened. But see, he died shortly after, either in the late 60s, early 70s, I believe. And, his family took it over while they tried. They didn't have I don't think they had his passion, from what I can tell. Because his passion, the Kmart that's in my town, that was in the city itself, was built as a Kresge's in the downtown area of where I live. Maybe we'll get we'll get an on location going with that sort of thing, and we'll see, we'll explore. Maybe somebody knows something about the old Kresge building, and I'll bring that on as an on location series. You guys have any suggestions for me? Please bring them up in the comment section. I'd love to hear your comments and your thoughts, please. And please pray for me. I am unemployed, which brings me to a please and thank you. If you so desire, I will try to be leaving a GoFundMe link as well as my PayPal link. I'm a little more uncertain about PayPal. So just help if you can help me out any way you can. Prayers are always appreciated. I need those as much as I need anything. And don't forget to explore, ways to save and invest. By the way, I keep forgetting this, but that was your news of the day. If you didn't know, now you do. Thank you, Sea Beagle. Anyway, cheers, everybody. And always remember to love one another, be safe, patriots, and be wise. God bless you all. Take it easy.